In this video, I'm planning to explain limits of special functions, left-sided and right-sided limits of the special function. For this one, we are going to use a plus h method. A is the, as you understand here, it's given also. A is the limit value, but h is, we are going to add h or we are going to subtract h. Instead of 1 a plus, we are going to use a plus h, which means a very close number to a, because h is a number is going to be greater than 0, and approximately I can write for the h. You can enlarge the number of zeros here, 0, 0, 1, let's say, it can be. So when you say a plus h, it's very close number to a, but greater than a it's going to be. When you say a minus h, it's going to be from the negative side of a, very close number to a, but less than a is going to be. In this question, we are going to use 2 plus h method. Instead of when we say limit x tends to 2 from the positive side, x minus 2 over x minus 2, absolute value of x minus 2 over x minus 2 plus x plus 2. Normally, if it is polynomial function, directly you will replace by 2 and you will see the result 0 over 0 we have indeterminate form. We cannot calculate this one. But 2 plus h method, it's going to help us for understanding the value better. And instead of 2 plus, I'm going to use 2 plus h in the equation. 2 plus h minus 2 over 2 plus h minus 2. Plus. Here the important part, we are going to use this 2 plus h for the special functions. So there is no need to use here for the x value again 2, because this value is polynomial value. In the polynomial functions you can use directly the value and you can calculate the limit value. So this is going to be 2, and I made a mistake here, it was 3, here it's going to be equal to 3 plus 3, and also here plus 3. So this is going to be, when you simplify 2 and 2 minus 2, absolute value of h, and we said that h is greater than 0, that's why absolute value of h is h over h plus 5 it's going to be, and when you simplify this 2, it's going to be equal to 1 plus, because 1 over 1 it's going to be 1 plus 5, that's equal to 6 it's going to be. And for the second one, limit x tends to 2 from the negative side, again absolute value of x minus 2 over x minus 2 plus x plus 3 it's going to be. This time we have 2 minus, so in the absolute value part I'm going to use 2 minus h method. 2 plus, at undefined part, 2 minus h minus 2 over 2 minus h minus 2. This 2 and this 2, it's going to simplify each other. This 2, they are going to simplify each other. Plus 2 plus 3, it's going to be. And here h over, this time we don't have minus absolute value of h over minus h plus 5 again we have here. But this time absolute value of minus h, there is no importance of that one. H, it's going to be, down is minus h. That's why when you simplify that 2, it's going to be equal to minus 1. And the answer is going to be minus 1 plus 5, which is equal to 4. So as you see, left-sided limit and right-sided limit, they are different than each other. We can say limit x tends to 2, fx doesn't exist. Already they are not asking in the question, but I wanted to mention. Right-sided limit, it's going to be 6. Left-sided limit, it's going to be 4. Limit doesn't exist for this question. Okay, for the sine function, we are going to do the same method. We are going to apply the same method, and we are going to find limit x tends to 4 from the positive side, 4 plus sine 4 minus x is going to be equal to sine, it's going to be equal to sine 4 plus h minus 4 minus 4 plus h, and that's going to be equal to sine 4 minus h, sine minus h. It's going to be, because this 4 and this 4, they are going to simplify each other, and sine minus h is negative number, so negative number means the result is equal to minus 1. So 4 plus is equal to minus 1. And let's try to analyze the second one. Limit x tends to 4 from the negative side. Sine 4 minus x is equal to sine 4 minus h is going to be this 4 and this h, and this 4 and this 4, if they simplify each other, this is going to be sine plus h this time, because h, it's going to be h, sine plus h is going to be, because minus and minus is going to be plus, so this is positive and the result is 1. Left-sided limit is not equal to right-sided limit. Limit doesn't exist at x is equal to 4. Limit doesn't exist at x is equal to 4. And you need to know also this one here. This part is important. You can use this a plus h method for the critical points. For the if a is critical point. If a is not critical point, there's no need to apply the a plus h method for the questions like the polynomial functions. How we are solving, we can solve the question. If I delete this figure also here, as you see, I have the graph here, and on the graph, as you see, this is sine 4 minus x, and they are asking from the negative side, and this is representing 4 plus, and when you get closer to function, here the function it's getting closer to minus 1 value. This is the 4 minus side, and when you get closer to function from the other side, as you see, it's getting closer to plus 1. So this is the critical point. This is the critical point. That's why there's no limit at this point. And left-sided and right-sided limit is important here. For this point, left-sided, right-sided limit is not important because it is not critical point for the question. For the greatest integer functions, we need to know this one. Let's say this part is gx. Let's say this part is gx. And if ga is equal to integer number is element of z, this represents integers. If ga is element of z, it means that limit does not exist. We need to know that one. If ga is not element of z, limit exists. And the limit value here, the limit value is going to be here the value of the greatest integer value of the function. On the example, with the examples we will understand better. So we should understand this one. We are not going to use a plus h method here. No a plus h method here for the greatest integer. Okay, so let's find ga is equal to 5x, 5 times g, and the a value for the question. First, let me tell you, a value for the question, a is equal to 2 for this question. Okay, then if a is equal to 2, g2 is equal to 5 times 0. 5 times 2 plus 4 is going to be, that's equal to 3. 10 plus 4, which is equal to 14, and element of z. So limit doesn't exist. And for different value, I'm solving the question. Here 3x minus 4, greatest integer 3x minus 4 over 5 the question is. And we are going to check again a is equal to 2. We can change the value, but let's use a is equal to 2. And this is the gx function. This is the gx function now. Ga is equal to g2, and it's equal to g2 is equal to 3 times 2 minus 4 over 5. It's going to be 6 minus 4 over 5. That's equal to 2 over 5 is not element of z, and greatest integer of limit x tends to 2, greatest integer of 3x minus 4 is going to be equal to 3 times 2 minus 4 over 5. It's going to be, I know that's equal to 2 over 5. We solved that one. Greatest integer of 2 over 5. This is a number between 0 and 1. That's why this is going to be greatest integer value is going to be here 0.